Welcome to the class again, gentlemen. Previous two classes, I have covered two aspects of communication. General communication we discussed, then we discussed process of communication. There, I had said कि what you understand is dependent upon how I talk, and what I understand, what you talk. Our basic aim is to communication at the workplace. Today I will present to you some sentences, some languages which you should not use at workplace because that will definitely degrade your acceptability. That's not my job, all right? If somebody comes to you with an issue, there's probably a reason behind it. In case it is your responsibility to deal with it, either way, use the situation to prove that you are a team player and a problem solver. Plus, it plays to earn some good office work appreciation because you never know when you may need help from your other colleague. So when he comes, instead of saying, that's not my job, all right, you say, let's see, what's the problem like, what's the job like, let's see if I can solve it to you. So do not give an answer, blunt answer, which annoys a person or it puts you in a bad light. Yes, okay, no problem. If you don't really mean it. If you take on a task with smile but have no intention of actually completing it, remember, you earn a reputation as an unreliable person. If you know you can't or won't be able to complete the project, please be honest about it or your colleague may fall into trouble because of you. Just to get rid of a person, we say, yes, okay, no problem, but we really don't mean it. Later when he comes, he gets upset. He has to answer to somebody else. Supervisor told you this and you have said this to him. He feels happy, this work been done. But if the work is not done, this thing is at stake. You may have said that, mind you, unintentionally. Next, your office is one place where you can't say anything to anybody. You need to think twice before you open your mouth, simply because there are chances of working your work relationship on your career. An off-the-cuff remark that you think went unnoticed, for instance, might be the first thing your boss remembers every time he or she thinks about you. Well, if it really is a secret, please keep it to yourself. Whether someone's about to get fired or what your boss's salary is, it's surely not going to get you credit for spreading the news when don't expect those gossip-loving colleagues to keep their mouth shut when it comes to divulging the secrets. So be very careful what you are saying in your workplace. Okay, then again, listen, it's not my fault, okay? When your boss comes to you with a problem, the last thing you want to do is to shift the blame to somebody else. Maybe it isn't your fault, but tell us that you are not in the courtroom where there are people looking out for culprit. All that matters is making sure the problem is solved and does not happen again. You can deal with real issue later, but you will make yourself look worse if you spend more time finger pointing, again, when you are finger pointing, than problem solving. In case you didn't realize, everybody is pretty busy these days. When your boss asks you to do something, you have no option but to complete the task. If your main concern is accomplishing the task, we suggest you explain the situation to him. Mention to him how busy your schedule is, but you will try to accommodate his request if some other projects are rearranged. You will show that you will take each assignment seriously and only then agree to do it where you can produce your best work. Also, boredom of work can make you say the sentence, that's not my fault, and you try to show yourself in a bad light. Also, in a workplace, monotonous repetition of same thing leads to boredom. It's true in the case of work life too. Responsibility to overcome at this situation at work lies with both the organization and individual. Mindly what we are talking now, there is no question of Hindi, there is no question of English. This is applicable to all the language. Even if your English is not good, even if your Hindi is good, people wouldn't mind it if you have followed the principles of the communication. Going back to the main subject again, at an individual level, it is important that one continues to revisit one role periodically to identify any opportunity for making the job larger. Instead of business growth and organization structure provides individual with such monotony breaking opportunities. It's not always possible for the organization to offer higher role to an employee. Instead of that, the firms try to make the maximum use of person's strength to ensure benefit of the organization as well as the individual. By your communication, you may have scored a good point, but the organization may not be able to give you a reward immediately. But sooner or later the reward will come. It's very important that you remain self-motivated at work, especially at a difficult situation, such as going slow on other non-cooperation situations. It is also your responsibility to take charge of your own development, and instead of waiting for an organization to tell you what to do,